beside the waves with you that danced across your face. Would we forget that we were strangers? If I was there to take it in and walk between the changing spaces, dance through light and altered places, would a fire begin? Gone on a fast train, oceans of blank space, high on an airplane, bridged by a light wave. If I went back in time, remove the boulders that still chase us, would we still let lust create us, or would we start to climb? If our dimensions were the same, and I could touch you in the flesh, fold the time and space between us, would yours fall into mine? Shadows on our stage, here from another phase, nothing in our way.
What's up, everyone? Ranch water? What the heck is that? Futures are looking decent tonight. Turn this down a little. Alright, how's that? Everyone hear me alright? Dang, that's a hell of a day, Dagus. I think I traded this morning and made about $1,000, and then I was just like, it's not worth trading anymore. It's nice going red to green in your portfolio on a day. That feels good. Hi, Zenon. Zonon. I should just start calling Zenon Gas Man. Alright, so let's go through some stuff. Some winners and some losers on the day. I definitely had some winners and losers. I could have been up 4 or 5 grand today. Held on to a couple things too long. Let's get BBIG up here. So let's cover BBIG. I think everyone was curious on how that would play out. You know, it ended the day yesterday looking nice. You know, it had that downtrend break and retest, so we were thinking it was going to have continuation today. It did not, and it came down into the pivot. Started bounce on this pivot right here, and then couldn't get back over this pivot to reclaim uptrend on the day. So for me, this is where I finally cashed out for about a $1,400 loss. It was my biggest loss today. So was not a profitable trade, and I had long dated deep in the money, but it kept bleeding, and I figured if it ever gets back over and reclaims, you know, $9, I'd just re-enter. So fortunately, this was a red trade today. Let's see. I'm going to cover the losers first and then go through some of the winners. So this one, I think, was the most frustrating of the day. So if you had swung it from yesterday when I had called it out on Twitter, you did really well. So, I mean, called it out about 29 yesterday. Came all the way up to 35. It was really good. I mean, you could have sold anywhere in here and have wonderful profits. And then What's up, Too Fun? You know, the thing is we started to see this banana pattern happening throughout the day. I even tweeted about it, so it sucks. Hopefully you guys had stop losses if you got in this. I know my stop loss was right here, so soon as it broke this right here, you can see, as soon as it broke that, you get this giant red dildo right here, and took a loss there. So these are my two biggest losers of the day, unfortunately. You can't win them all, but did end up green on the day. Biggest winner of the day was Tattooed Chef. So this one, you know, we've been in, talked about it on Sunday, tweeted about it on Monday. My biggest squeeze, favorite squeeze of the week. You can see, you know, from 20 bucks over the weekend all the way to 24, hit 24.20 a day, closed at high. You can see it's making parabolic steps as well. So this thing is getting close, I think, over 24.50, possibly over 26. It just goes insane. I'm going to run something here. We're going to look at the updated short interest on this. I'll put that on the screen here once I get this here. Anthony F., we get some time. I don't want to do too long here, but alright, so you're looking at 98% utilization. Just see something here. So this is Tattooed Chef right here. You can see short interest actually went up today, 36.7 cents. Cost to borrow looks like it's going down, but the minimum's going up, so that's good. Current 98 utilization rate. I might look at APPH because I actually think I was in that to start the day. So, so this still looks good. Still really like it. Short squeeze is still in effect on this, so if you're in it, I think you should be good to go. Let me see if I can turn it down a little bit more. How's that? Is that better? Don't like to rock out at night? Like, you guys need to feel the vibe, you know? So Derek, when you go get like a car loan or bank loan, they charge you an interest rate on it, right? So cost to borrow is the interest rate on shorting that stock. So when you short a stock, you're basically borrowing the shares, and eventually you have to pay it back. So the cost to borrow is the interest rate you have to pay while you're borrowing it. So let me show you a couple other ones. This was a really good one. That was my best winner today. View was a massive winner for me. I had 100 contracts of this, so this was that, and Tattooed Chef carried my day. You know, I got in, I think, yesterday around 486 on this breakout, and I held through this because it bounced on my pivot. Hit almost 550 today. I sold around everything right here, and I had a few stragglers, and then I just ended up selling them in here once it broke this line right here. So once it broke 525, I sold the rest of them. Yeah, so utilization, say there's 100 stocks available to short. So if utilization is 98%, that means 98 of those 100 are shorted, and there's only 2 more that could be shorted. So if it's 100% utilization, that means people can't short it anymore. And then if there's high cost to borrow, that means the people that have shorted it are getting charged a ton to hold that stock. So if those two things equal yes, usually you have a good short squeeze. So let's see, what should we play next? This looks interesting. Let's play that. Alright, so View, Tattooed Chef carried my day. Let me go look at my trades today. So what else did I trade today? Zev was a loser. I cut that right away on open. Ooh, Airbnb. I made profit on that too. Let's talk over that trade. So this was a nice trade. Square was another one we talked about on Voice today. So let's see. Airbnb. Where do we play this? So when did I get out of that? Oh, here we go. Here we go. So I think I was playing this on the 1 minute. Yep, here we go. So I was playing this on the 1 minute. I saw this inverse head and shoulders happening right here. So we had our pivot point here. We got in on this breakout right here at around 157.90, and actually faked us out, but it came down to this pivot and bounced, and we played that all the way up to 159 here. And I sold a few here when I saw this couldn't get over this pivot here. So you can see there's a pivot up here. I sold half my contracts there. Came down, bounced on our pivot down here. So you can see there's another pivot right here. Bounced there, came double topped, and then this right here, I sold the rest of them right here. I think I had one runner, maybe two runners that I held a little longer, and then when it sold here, I sold the rest. But profitable trade. Looks like I ended the day up 800 bucks, so nothing crazy today. Zev, I didn't want to look at it today. It wasn't doing much. It was just going sideways, so I cashed out on that on open. So it looked like everything was selling off, so I sold out of that for about break even. I think I lost like $2 on it. I figured I'd wait for it to get over this pivot up here of 925. We could see continuation before I got back in. SPRT did really well on open. So you had a lot of shorts covering on open. It actually dropped the short percentage from 85 all the way down to 65. So you had all the shorts covering right here, which was a really nice pop on the beginning of that. Let me pull the current on this. No, I'm not in clove. I looked at it. It looked really nice. That's why I called it out. But I hold 0 positions right now. Alright, so let me show you the current. So this is the current on SPRT. So you can see utilization is down to 92%. A little fuzzy. 92%. Cost to borrow is going down. This was 300% yesterday. Utilization was at 85 at the end of the day yesterday, down to 64. So I'm worried that, you know, this is still really good and these are still decent numbers. There's nothing like crazy about this, but I'm worried that a lot of people's short averages are now up in the 40s and 50s, and so I'm wondering if this is going to squeeze again. I'd love to see it back over 33 for me to get really excited, but I wanted to see it hit this this 1978.20 area before fill this complete gap. Then we could maybe see some stuff. Alright, let's talk about a couple alerts that came out today. Rapid flow on Apple. Let me go. This was the first alert that we had come out in the day that was actionable. I think we made about 10% on this. It wasn't out very long. Okay, so this came out on market open at 154.13. So let's look at the 1 minute market open. Alright, so this came out at 150. This came out right here. So right here. And then this ran up to 154.70. So we caught a 60-cent move. I think this was about a 10 to 20% winner if you had gotten weeklies on it. So real small, fast 5-10 minute trade. Nice 10 to 20% winner on it, real profitable. Obviously, if you had held that longer, it would not have been profitable, but the rapid flows are designed to be 5 to 10 minute 10% gainers, and they usually are. But the one nice thing about Apple is it was getting a ton of call flow today, especially the leaps. They're really hitting those 2023 leaps today. 55 million in call flow to 12 million in put flow. Innate isn't shorted, so no, it can't short squeeze. It's got like 3% short interest. So I do like how, let's see, let's do it after hours, sideways. So I do like how Apple ended the day. I like this cupping action Like to see Apple get over 153.85 tomorrow. You got this real strong pivot right here. You can see opening high of the day, or opening price, it could not get reclaimed and it rejected there. So it will need to reclaim that tomorrow for it to be bullish. Futures are looking pretty good, so we'll see about that. ANY, I'm actually going to talk about that because a lot of members were in that today. This thing went bazonkers. So I dropped some heavy DD on this last week when it was about $5. I think it was like $4 or $5 right around here. I consolidated over the weekend, the rest of this week, and then today it just went bazonkers, went all the way up to $12 today. From, you know, kind of did a little double bottom here on open, and then just went straight vertical the rest of the day. So don't expect this to do much more. This was kind of the big move we were looking for. Now, if it could reclaim above maybe $9.80, $10 in this range, you know, you're probably looking for it to get above this area right here. Then you can see continuation. Cost utilization, maybe it could short squeeze. So utilization is 100% and cost to borrow is 200%. So it might still have some room to go. We'll have to see. I did talk about Clove today as well. I really like the ending action again. Looked very similar to Apple. Got this trend line right here. It needs to hold though. I haven't looked after hours what it's doing. Looks like it's up 3 cents after hours. Needs to get over 8.95 to really do much, but I just like this cup and handle it made. So if you're looking here, you can see, you know, this cup and handle action on the 1 minute from the last 2 weeks. Really been consolidating. Looks a little easier to see on the 15 minutes. So you can see a clear uptrend and then a cup, and now it's forming that handle. I expect this to kind of cup here. You're going to want to see this get over 9.15, 9.30 in that range. And then really what you want is it to get over 9.60. Then we could start squeezing. You know, I think eventually it's going to go up to this 11.60 mark to finally fill this gap up here. When it will, I'm not sure. Just get some leaps in the money leaps. Hold it. You'll be fine. Alright, let's talk about some news. So we're talking about it on live. I think it was Buffett said he was investing in AT&T. Let me just confirm that. I forget. Someone mentioned I think it was Buffett that said he was putting he revealed that he put a bunch of money in AT&T. So this thing popped on that news from 27.20 all the way up to 27.90. We made a good 20-30% on that. That was really nice because we got in around here about 20.20 as soon as it broke out over this mark right here. And that thing went nice. I think a lot of people got in around 27.50. So some people missed the original call out, and then we were just kind of like shouting, hey, it's still going to go. Still looks good. I think after hours, yep, after hours it looks really good. 27.80 should be a high watch tomorrow. If this can get over 27.80 tomorrow, it's at resistance. You can see heavy resistance there. Over 27.80, this can then start working its way back towards 30. So that covers AT&T. Okay, Boeing. We had a breakout today alert on Boeing. You can see that happened at the red line right there. Market dragged this down, unfortunately. It did end the day well as other stocks. So it was about a 5 to 10% profitable trade if you had taken profits. The likelihood of that, not quite sure, unless that was your profit-taking target. But you should at least, I think 2022 was our stop loss. You can see that support here, so you should have cut right there and not swung this. You know, it did go up another 70 cents, so it's just whether you took profits or not on whether or not it was something you took profits on. Now, if you did swing it, I do think it looks decent still. It is still making higher highs and lower lows, so that is good. And it did also, one thing I do like to see is you can see it kind of has this downtrend here. I bounced on that twice, so I'm going to keep this one on watch tomorrow. VIH. So this is one that ran after hours today. That was interesting. A lot of people were mentioning it in the server. I did not personally play it, but it definitely went nuts after hours today. So, over the last couple days, it was consolidating. Nicely shorted stock popped midday today from $10 up to $10.50, and then after hours today was one of the best after hours today. So, also want to talk about one of my short squeeze stocks that I've been in. I got out, I think, recently. I don't think I was in it today, which is a little sad. I took my profits because I was in it since $7. Got out when it hit $10, and then I think I sold on this opening pop here, and then it wicked me out. And then today it just went bazonkers. I think we saw this banana pattern here again. This was a great banana pattern that worked out. The BGFV one did not, unfortunately, but this one worked out great. Went just bazonkers. Got halted right here. I know I tweeted out it got halted, and I talked about it and pinged everyone in server. And then from there, it went up from $11.80 all the way up to $14, and then it's consolidating. And after hours, it looks pretty good too. So it consolidated the rest of the day. I'll be having this one as a high watch. So Netflix was one that people played today, I'm pretty sure. So Netflix went bazonkers on open today. Opened at 583, went all the way up to 598. Couldn't quite get to that 600 mark. Kind of had this rising flag here, so this is a bearish pattern when you get these channels up. It really matters which way it breaks, but it broke the channel up today, and then just kind of sold off the rest of the day, so consolidating. It looks still good, like uptrend still fine. I'm a little worried that it's making like a head and shoulders right here. We'll see. It will have to come back down below 581 for me to start really being bearish on it. So, yeah, Bitfarms. I've heard of Bitfarms. Very similar to BTCM. Looks interesting though. Check the short interest on that. I don't know why that got. I can't get any data on BitF through my data provider. Let me see another data provider on it. Yeah, I don't know what the short float on it is. Can't figure it out. So, let me see if there's. Oh, this is one that came out at the end of the day that really interested me. LPSD. So, we had a leap put alert on this. Let me show you what this looks like on the 1 hour. So this thing has literally been straight up since $8. This whole year, it hit a low of 52 and then bounced again on 55, and since then it has been going vertical. So I mean, as soon as this thing breaks, yeah, Fubo popped after hours, I saw that. As soon as this thing breaks this uptrend here, I'm gonna be looking for this to come all the way back down to 98. So this will have a nice sell-off here. I would expect something maybe something like this. So it should start seeing some rounding action, and depending on the selling volume and everything, I mean, you can see this thing's at crazy RSI and everything. So yeah, I played Oxy a ton back before COVID. I've played it a lot since then, a little bit, but not a lot. Yeah, Fubo I think popped like $1 or $2 after hours. Yeah, hit 31.68. I like Fubo. Fubo's had good ER, couldn't quite fill that, but looks like it did after hours, so we'll see if it fills that tomorrow. Oxy, just ran with oil prices today, hit resistance and rejected. I don't expect it to do much tomorrow unless it can get over, this pivot here of 27. So over 27, and then you can start seeing it do stuff, but don't feel great about it. Just going to run through some tickers and then call her a night here. Caterpillar, you really want to see this get back over 215. It's just been consolidating here forever. So it has been making higher lows, but it has been making lower highs. You do have the volume on a downtrend overall. If you wanted to get an early entry, you could probably do it over 213. I feel better over 215. 214.50 would feel real good. And then this one right here, over 215.71. Actually going to set an alert for myself on this. I want to play this. Nabil, I mean, I like to see it during market hours. I don't trust after hours. So I personally don't include after hours. I think some people do, but I personally don't. Why do you guys want to do airlines right now? It's like there's nothing good going on. It looks just like cat. Until the Dow starts moving, you need the infrastructure bill to pass. Then you can get excited about it. DAL needs to get over 42. Once it's over 42, you can get a little more excited about it. But all right. I mean, Uber doesn't look that great either. Uber filled this gap here, so over 42.20 you can go long. And then Uber's got this gap down here, so under 39 you can go short. So it's in a zone you would not play it. You need to get over one of these first. You're bearish. Alright. I guess I'm just used to people being bulls, it's like I understand if you see that's what happens when you don't add context. You just say, "Can you look at this?" Cody, oh, nice. Oh wow, that thing got murdered after hours. This thing went from 24 all the way up to 32-ish. Nice. Alright, we'll end the night on everyone's favorite ticker, Tesla. Tesla did a whole lot of nothing today. It's been doing a whole lot of nothing this whole week. Kind of chilling above breakout and consolidating. So until Tesla gets over 742, I wouldn't touch it. If it goes below 730, you can short it. Yeah, when SPY gets to 400, then we'll talk. Let's take a look at futures to end the night. ES1. Futures, like I said at the beginning of the call, look really good. They just broke out. Now they need to get past all-time highs. Actually, I think I charted futures already. This chart. Maybe not. So they are at resistance here. Let's see if it can break through this. And we'll see what happens. But that's going to do it for me tonight. Just want to do a quick recap for everyone. I'll be doing my Sunday night class as well. I may step in tomorrow for the recap. We'll see. I highly doubt Hasib will be feeling better. But we'll get someone to do it tomorrow. It'll be me. Holy cow! What the? Alright, that was fun to see. That was a big candle. They are pushing futures. Wow, that was an exciting way to end the night. Yeah, let's watch and see what happens with this. That was fun. Alright, everyone. Thank you. Have a great night. If you enjoyed this, give me a like, and yeah. How do you use stop loss? I mean, you can just right-click the stock or change. You know, if you're in a position, just change on there. Or if you can't figure out, contact support, and they'll help you with it. So.